Hi there, I am Deepti Hemwani, Head of Products at Dasera. Thanks for joining me today. This video provides an overview of how the Dasera's data security platform identifies risk at the earliest stage possible while improving operational efficiency. At the end of this video, I'd like you to take away three things. Dasera's ease of use, how quickly you can attain time to value, and how you can empower your data users with broader access to data across the multi-cloud environments. So let's log in and onboard your data stores. For the purpose of this demo, I'm going to connect to AWS. What I would need for this is an AWS account, access key, and secret key. Our auto discovery feature will continuously monitor your account as data stores spin up in your environment. Now that your account has been discovered, let's see what Dasera can see. Dasera has found all these data stores in your environment. Next, you want to know what type of data exists in this data store. So let's connect to one of them so Dasera can classify your data. If you have a decentralized data owner business model, you can create data owners and assign them to the data stores. You can even create data owners at a much granular data set level, like schemas and tables, once you've onboarded and connected to these data stores. You can enable or disable features and capabilities Dasera provides. The discovery of data stores, configuration, and access privileges is always on. You can turn on and off classification or data in use monitoring. The automation of notification workflows is always on, but you can control on how you want your teams to be notified. We support many different integrations out of the box, including Slack, AWS SNS, Google PubSub, and email. The alerts generated can also be used to trigger automation workflows within third-party systems. As the data scan over here gets completed, notice we determine how many sensitive fields are found in this data store. And based on that, we provide a normalized sensitivity score, which helps you understand what impact would this have in an event of a breach. We also perform configuration analysis to determine what the risk is if the data store is misconfigured. And we do privilege analysis to basically show you who has access to this data store and what roles do they have against this data stores. As noticed, we completed onboarding in less than 3 minutes. Now that the data store is onboarded and connected, let's see how the data is classified. We classify data out of the box using certain predefined data types. We also provide a sensitivity level for these data types, and we associate regulation tags that map to this type of data. Sensitive data types and tags can also be customized to fit your organization's taxonomy. We provide a filtering capability which you can use very easily to determine if there are any fields that are violating a certain business security or compliance policy. For example, if your business policy says that there should be no PII data in a certain schema, for example, public, you can quickly use this filter to determine if there are any fields here that are violating that policy. What you can also do is make this filter and convert it into a classification policy to make sure that PII never shows up in this data store in the future, essentially making it future-proof. Note that the filter conditions have been converted into policy conditions, and it also runs the simulator to determine which fields are in current violation of this policy. This policy will generate a task and notify the respective data owners using their preferred workflows to come in to the system and then review and tune the classification as needed. You can also associate additional workflows that would send notifications to other stakeholders. Now that you have understood how Dasera has classified your data, the next step is to track how the data is being used. With our data and use monitoring capability enabled, the Dasera's query engine continuously parses the query logs and alerts when users are running unsafe queries. Dasera comes with a few predefined policies to get you started, but you can certainly create your own new policy. Let's take a look at one of these privacy policies that we have provided. We provide an out-of-box, no-code policy editor, which really helps you narrow down the conditions or the alert criteria. We also have a simulator that helps you determine which queries would have generated an alert that violate this particular privacy policy. You can associate workflows and notify the respective legal or privacy teams via various notifications mechanisms to allow them to then get notified when an alert was generated. Looking a little bit deeper into the alerts generated by this policy, notice you can tell which query was run that triggered this alert, who was it run by, which workflows were notified, and which fields were impacted. Lastly, Dasera provides dashboards that give you a quick summary of which alerts are open and need attention, what type of alerts they are, how much sensitive data is in your environment, what type of sensitive data it is, where is it located, and how the data is sprawling in the data stores in your environment. We also give you a view of which users have access to this environment, do they have excessive privileges, and also call out if they have any risky behavior, which calls out risky users. Detecting data stores misconfigurations, data misuse, overprivileged access, and policy violations have never been easier. This is how Dasera discovers the infrastructure context, the data context, and the user context to detect risky interactions with data while breaking team silos and providing ownership and visibility to all stakeholders involved. Thanks for watching the demo. For more information, please visit www.dasera.com and try out our 30-day free trial. Thank you.